to come to your neighborhood to destroy everything and then just leave. And I said, if this was really about black lives, I said, what about all the black lives and all the black people that are on the news crying right now just because their shops, their restaurants, their business was a byproduct of people trying to prove a point that I said never solved anything.
Right.
I said, if you were really about black lives, you would have spared them at least to give yourself some credit to what you were actually standing for. But I said, you just went on a mayhem, which shows that you don't really care about the people that you're marching for. You just have an agenda. And I said, you wanted to get everyone afraid of you so that when you started saying this and started doing this and that, I was like, now people would just give you what they want, give you what you wanted when you asked for it without any hesitation or question because they're too afraid of you doing that to them. And I said, I don't like that because I said, if all of this stuff was to make black lives better, I was like, what child have they put through school? I said, what tuition have they paid for someone who actually has a chance to have a better life than the things that are waiting for them in the poor, unfortunate neighborhoods they come from? What community have they helped clean up? And I said, the same issues that they were marching for are still happening right now. And I said, no one's saying or doing anything about it. They're just saying that everyone's racist. And I was like, now, instead of people actually knowing that you're racist, now the issue is trying to prove that you're not. And I said, the more you try to prove you're not, the more you give in and feed what they're actually trying to prove in the first place.
Yeah.